That is it. The second part of my Southeast Asia adventure is over. It's always so sad when it is, but I thought I would talk you guys through what it's like for me to come home after a long trip, what I like to do, and how I feel, because I don't think a lot of people talk about that. So let's get into it. The first thing I did when I came home was open the fridge. Because I'm lucky enough not to live alone, when I do come home, I come home to my parents' house and the fridge is always fully stocked. But it was already 11 p.m. so I went to bed quite fast because by then it was 6 a.m. in Thailand. So yeah, big difference, jet lag. So I definitely had to get to bed and I was so happy to see my own bed again. It was a bit surreal waking up realizing that I was not sharing my room with anyone and I was actually in my own bed. But it has gotten very cold here. I thought I would be coming back to 15 degrees Celsius. When I say it was 2 degrees Celsius in the morning I woke up, that is a much bigger difference than I had anticipated. Luckily, my parents got my bed beautifully ready with my electric blanket so that I do not get into an ice cold bed in the evening. Another thing that I would usually love to do is have a bath, because obviously I've been in hostels using shared bathrooms that only have showers, so I love to come back and have a bath. However, my parents are renovating, so this is what the bathroom currently looks like. This is where the bath was. Clearly it is not there anymore. This is where it's going to be, where it is definitely not at yet. However, all of my friends, bless them, even though they live quite far away, they've all told me that I can go and take a bath at their place, which I don't think I'll be doing, but it is a beautiful sign of them, like just being happy I'm back and caring for me. But yeah. For now, only showers. The first thing I did yesterday morning was unpack, put all my clothes into the laundry. If you do live by yourself and you do your laundry yourself, which I didn't do, then you could just get your laundry done right before you come back so that all your stuff is washed and just ready to put into your closet. But I have a lovely mom who washes my clothes, and definitely after 2 months of laundrettes or, you know, laundry places, your clothes might need like a proper good wash, because given how cheap it is, it probably isn't the best when you are abroad. I also wrapped all my souvenirs. I will be giving one of these dream catchers that I bought in Laos to every single one of my family. These are the 3 ones that I'm going to be keeping for myself. So I've wrapped all of those. I also have a special present for my friends who have all recently gotten babies. So for them, I got these cute elephants. Look at them, also handmade in Laos and supporting the good cause. So, very excited to give this to them. Something else that I did as soon as I started my day yesterday is write a to-do list with all the things that I will have to do in the upcoming month. I need to edit at least 12 videos, which is the vlogs. I need to finish my journal. I need to do my bookkeeping, so like scan all my receipts and gather them in the right place and print them and everything. I need to complete my budget tracker with the last week of my trip so that I see how much I've spent in total, and I need to organize a Secret Santa for my family. And I think that's just the start. Yesterday, I uploaded all my footage from my cameras onto my laptop, backed them up, and now I am ready to get started on the editing. When it comes to how I'm feeling, now that the trip is over and I'm back home, obviously, these trips I have been planning ever since the pandemic. I've been planning them for years and looking forward to them for years. So when something like that is over, obviously, you have to grieve it in some way, because it is gone forever. Like this trip to Laos in Vietnam is, even though I could potentially do it again in the future, I probably won't. I might revisit some places, but the big trip, the first impressions, everything, that's it. Like it's done. And you always kind of grieve the possibilities that didn't happen, or the people you didn't meet, or just the places that you did not like as much as you would have hoped. Which is always a thing. Some places just do not come through. And it's sad because you kind of have to grieve that moment or that experience that you expected it to be. Even though obviously I'm happy to be back home, I was not prepared for the cold It is also quite dark, but until now it hasn't really bothered me. The sun rises as I wake up around 8, and then the sun sets around 5, more or less, which is only an hour earlier than Thailand and Vietnam. I was lucky to be back before the St. Nicolaus celebrations at the start of December, which meant lots of chocolate, and I enjoyed a lot of traditional Flemish cuisine before heading out of the country again. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video I have come to the beautiful Canterbury again. Every now and then, like once every year or every 2 years, my family will come to England. It's only 2 hours from where I live to take the train, the shuttle underneath the channel to get here, and then we do some shopping. After an hour and 15 minutes, we arrived at the shuttle terminal. Here we saw that we had a 1 hour delay, but it turned into a 2 hour delay, which is a lot of time when you are only going for the day. But luckily, once you are in the UK, time goes back an hour. Remember to drive on the other side of the road and off you go. It's such a different experience in summer with the leafy tunnels that the trees create versus now when all the leaves are gone but you can see through the edges. Not long after, we arrived in Canterbury and went straight to my cafe for some English scran. Right now it is December, so I am going to do some Christmas shopping. Let's go. Aside from some cute decorations in the shop windows, there is also a Christmas market in the city center running through the shopping streets. This might be a good place to start looking for any presents you still need. However, half of the stalls were closed on the Monday during the day, and mostly the food caught my attention, as usual. If you can't find what you're looking for on the market, you can head into all the high street shops, cute smaller shops filled with fun stuff, and the British drugstores. I finally made it into the Canterbury Cathedral. Last time around I didn't make it inside because for some reason I wasn't allowed. But this time around we managed to get in, and this is a super impressive but also very relevant and important cathedral. In the heart of the city stands Canterbury Cathedral, one of the most important historic sites in the world. It has been the site of numerous historical events, from planning the Magna Carta, which is a legal document that is at the base of our current constitutions, to the murder of Archbishop Thomas Becket, who defended the power of the church against the king and was assassinated for it. Becket was then acknowledged of being a saint, and they put his shrine in the Trinity Chapel in Canterbury Cathedral, where it became one of the most visited places of pilgrimage. That is until Henry VIII had it destroyed 5 centuries later. It remains one of the most important pilgrimage sites in Europe, and together with the St. Augustine's Abbey and the St. Martin's Church, these religious buildings are a stunning UNESCO World Heritage Site. The events were also the inspiration of the 14th century English writer Geoffrey Chaucer, resulting in some of England's most popular literature. In his Canterbury Tales, pilgrims travel to the grave of Thomas Becket, and along the way they tell each other stories. We made it to the Ashford Designer Outlet, and this place is super nicely decorated, but unfortunately it is not very much within my budget. The Ashford Designer Outlet is a shopping center in the same region. There are over 120 designer brands located at the shopping outlet. There are also some popular restaurant chains like my favorites Nando's, Wagamama's, Five Guys, and even some cute food trucks. Unfortunately, the fish and chips I had filled me up too much for another restaurant visit. So I am not shopping here. I am going straight to Sainsbury's and Asda's. Our next stop is Asda, and we are going to go on a big food shop, and I'm very excited to see which kind of Christmassy foods they have in store. What's inside of minced pies? I've always wondered. Because it sounds like it's minced meat, but then it's sweet? I don't get it. I wasn't blown away by the Christmas food in supermarkets. They did have some limited edition sweets and cookies, but other than that, it was a lot of puffed pastry appetizers, turkey and sausages. However, these special flavored crisps at Sainsbury's did catch my attention, which won't be a surprise if you followed me for longer. I found the best 30th birthday card for my Peru bestie's birthday, and then we stocked up on sandwiches and meal deals for the way back. Alright, it is now the next day, and we got back quite late yesterday, but I wanted to show the bits that I picked up. I topped up on some tanning drops for my face, which I love because I put SPF on my face every day, so then I end up being very pale. I got some dirty chai. Right now what I do is I bought the chai last time around and I put 1 scoop of chai with 1 scoop of espresso to create a dirty chai, but now it comes in 1 pot, so I'm going to give this a try. I haven't yet. It is time to try the dirty chai. I'm very excited. I just had 2 interviews back to back and I also filmed 2 videos, so I've been talking a lot. I need a drink. Oh, this is good. This is proper chai. It is less coffee than the one I make, but it's really good. It's so good. What I did give a try already was these, the mango Pepsis. I love a flavored Pepsi or a flavored Coke, so definitely had to give those a try. I love them. I love anything mango. I got these 2 pad thai kits because coming back from Thailand, I love pad thai so much and I would love to try and recreate it. This comes with the pad thai paste, the noodles, and some peanuts as well. So I look forward to recreating that. I got 2 of those. Then I also got a Lush bubble bar. I love Lush bubble bars. This just gets me even more excited for the bathtub to be back. I got the limited edition cinnamon roll. It's upside down. There you go. And the person working there said that it is one of her new favorites, so I'm very excited to give it a try. The bubble bars always last me so long, so you can just pop some under the tap, have lots of bubbles, and then you can reuse it at a later time. I did it again, guys. I couldn't resist the sauce. What is it with me and sauce? My mom got a bit upset about it because I fill up the entire fridge with my sauces. But when I see Chipotle, I just need to get it. I was almost out of my Chipotle barbecue sauce, so I thought I would give this one a try. This is honey Chipotle barbecue sauce, and I got the Chipotle Cholula. I have the normal Cholula as well, which I do not use regularly enough at all. So definitely need to start using that as well. And I got a birthday card for my best friend who I spent 6 months in Peru with. She has just turned 30 and tomorrow I'm going to her birthday party. So yeah, that will be a lot of fun, and since llamas are from Peru, I thought this was the absolute best possible card. And that is it for what I bought. I will take you along on a beautiful festive day in Bruges. If you don't know, Bruges is the city that is closest to my home in Belgium. And every year around Christmas, they have a big Christmas market and also light installations around the city. So every year, my parents and I, we go there and we do the light installation walk. We also went to the Christmas market and had a look around, which I already did with my mom. I went shopping with her and I had a nice waffle and some Greek street food. And after the light installation walk, my parents and I had a lovely Greek dinner at the Greek restaurant in Bruges, which we have been wanting to go to for ages, but we just somehow never make it there. I have been getting the Christmas party ready as well. There is this website where you can draw names for Secret Santa, which I have used to set my entire family up with someone they need to buy a present for. So now we have some presents that we have bought. I've already wrapped a lot of them as well. I love wrapping presents. I don't know about you, but it's one of my favorite things. And I think they look so good underneath our Christmas tree, which I have put up even though my mom was unsure about putting it up this year. I was like, Mom, I did it last year when I was only home for a week. I'm home for a month now, so the tree is definitely going up, and we bought some new Christmas decorations as well to put in there, which I'm so excited about. Look how cute they are. We have a little polar bear. This one's my favorite. A penguin, I can just see him slide over the ice on his belly. We have an owl because we are obsessed with birdies here. Our whole garden caters to birds, so yeah, this is becoming a very birdie and wildlife focused tree, especially also with another visitor that comes and visits our garden pretty regularly. The squirrel eating a nut. And then we also have that hedgehogs because we have a family of hedgehogs living in our garden. And my dad always puts out lots of food for them. He has made his own little creation so that the food doesn't get wet and they can get out and in. Yeah, it's a whole construction that he makes for all these animals in our garden, which I love. And I thought it is so nice for our tree to kind of represent that. So yeah, I have one more present to wrap. Another Christmas tradition that I have right now is making macaroons. I've done it for the past few years because my mom makes some kind of eggnog. It's an egg liquor, so she uses the egg yolks and then she has lots of egg whites left over. We could make chocolate mousse, but for the past few years I've made macaroons with it. And everyone loves them. It's like my kind of soul present that I make for everyone. I'm such a foodie myself, but also my love language is giving and making people food. So on the to-do list before Christmas is making macaroons. First off, you will need 210 grams of powdered sugar and 95 grams of almond flour, but make sure that it's extra fine. Once that's prepped, you beat 3 egg whites that are at room temperature with a pinch of salt and add in 50 grams of regular sugar. Once it's nice and stiff, add in the coloring and vanilla before mixing a final time. Then it's time to add in the dry ingredients from before, folding it in bit by bit until you can make an 8. Almost there. Then it's time to put the dough into the piping bag and put the dots onto the baking paper. Once that's done, you need to drop the plates a few times so that the air bubbles from inside can come out. And then you leave them to rest for an hour so that they get a little film on top while you do the dishes and maybe get ready for a second batch. Then finally put them in a preheated oven at 150 degrees Celsius for 17 minutes. And voila, fill them with whatever you want and enjoy. Alright, the very last thing I need to do before leaving again is pack my bag for Lapland because I will be doing my 4th season as a tour guide in Lapland right after Christmas, and my first group will be some very important people. It's going to be an entire group of family and friends of family, which I'm so super looking forward to, and in general I'm really looking forward to being back in Lapland. I already packed all of my regular stuff into the biggest suitcase we have, but it's half empty. So I'm going to size down and then my parents can use the bigger one for the both of them. If you want to see an in-depth guide of what you should be bringing to Lapland and all my tips and tricks, then definitely check out this separate video that I made about that. Alright, then it is time to celebrate Christmas, which you will not be seeing anymore as this goes up before Christmas Eve. But thank you so much for being here in the past year and following me along on all the dreams I've accomplished. I honestly cannot believe how many I've accomplished, and in the next video I will be looking back on all the best things but also the worst things I've done in the past year. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you liked following along with what it's like for me to come home. If you did, then give this video a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming adventures. I am unsure at this moment what those will be, but I will definitely go and see some new destinations. And I might have a new summer job that will be very exciting. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!